Hello, hello.
Hear the dirge of
Been a bit. But we are actually continuing this campaign. Taking it easy this week because, of course, lots of move out stuff. So I'm just gonna play a little bit, have some fun, and then go back to editing most likely. Hope you guys are doing good. I see the suggestion 500 melee defense is core next. That's actually brilliant. I will actually very likely do that as my next campaign. Since I am actually looking for other ideas.
my faith in you wanes.
But yeah, I think I was brainstorming some ideas for the corn
Pain,
playthrough, and you know, I think that's a lot more exciting than just giving
seek
them like a million weapon strength or something, where you just can't melee them. I love the idea that you just can't kill them in melee. It's pretty funny.
deliver death.
So I think that's a go.
In the name
Now, if I remember correctly, last I was doing was trying to clear out the Skaven. The goal is kind of shifted, where instead of trying to just survive, I am now attempting to finish the campaign in a good amount of time. How efficiently do I have to play to effectively clear out the entire map? We'll see. There is certainly a lot of map, but yeah. Yeah, campaign. I'm a campaign streamer again. I do plan on... Oh, that's a rebellion and a half incoming. There you go, let's just fix that real quick. But yeah, I think it'd be nice to start playing some more campaign. I gotta make sure there's no rebellions anywhere.
Lord of excess, command.
Everyone has innate horrible regeneration and 500% healing cap as Nurgle after. That's pretty funny. Though I feel like it doesn't change the game enough. Ooh, this should be a fun fight, actually. Let's go over here.
Onward to excess.
But yeah, I feel like if I did that, the games would still feel mostly the same, so I don't know. Ooh, do you guys think Necropolis Knights or Hex Race are better here? I think Necropolis Knights would be harder to kill. They also have much better stats. I'll go ahead and just yoinkaroo those guys, why don't we? Yeah, we'll just scoop them up real good, and then we can actually get into the first battle. Please, more campaign. Yeah, it's nice, especially because I'm like half retired from multiplayer. I'm not like done playing tournaments, and I will definitely still get to many a grand final. But the actual training process to get into tip-top shape to always win is a wee bit much. And I gotta focus on the career, on the job. If I ever have time, though, you can betcha I'm gonna be gonna continue being a terror for all people in the multiplayer scene. Give them as much of a hard time as possible. For those of you new at the mod, this is 500 speed Necropolis Knights. Now they are speed capped. Ouch. They are speed capped by animations, so they're not as fast as true 500 speed, but they're definitely good enough. I think it comes out closer to like 250 speed, I think is kind of where most units get to. It's kind of funny because Slanesh actually does get kind of close to that amount. Hardest part is actually microing at such extreme speeds, but multiplayer has trained me very well for that. I think I'm just gonna group lock these guys. Getting messy charges is better than getting no charges, so that's what we go for. You see they're kiting with their skeleton archers. Terrifying. It's like they're playing wood elves. What are those hex raids doing? Okay. Then I guess I'll just collapse in on the flanks. Oh boy, look at the giant. He sprinted. Does he delete my cav? Oh, thank goodness he turned around. I'm pretty sure he could actually delete my cav if I'm not careful. Because they have a lot of mass and their impact hits. Impact hits are nasty. As long as I can get them into melee without taking too many crazy impact hits, though. Life is good. My Necropolis Knights are doing okay versus the Hex Raids. We definitely want to counter them with some Hellstrider action. Did this guy just flank me? He just flanked me so that he can get a better shot on my lord. Look at this guy. Alright, let's see if I can chase him down. But yeah, I think I'm totally stealing the 500 melee defense corn idea. That means I basically have to shoot everything to death. Which means maybe Marauder Horseman spam. Skull Cannon spam, I don't know. Okay, nice. And the damage is pretty good. Ushoptia dying, Giants occupied. My lord lives. And finally we have a Praeton in the action here, which is typically not very good, but in this case, it is an anti-large monster. To cycle charge and get around melee defense, only if you have 500 charge bonus. Because it is additive to your melee attack. So that means, yeah, most of the time it's actually not gonna do very much. Oh my gosh, the catapult crew, I think they dismounted. So they're just rushing into melee now. That's good for me. Now, the funny thing is, there are some physics shenanigans you can do to get around melee defense. You know, it's kind of like Dark Souls. Gravity is the greatest opponent. So what one could do is, oh, yeah, what one could do is you can like knock their infantry off a cliff, and then just the fall damage will hurt them. I think there's some mass calculations too if you charge like infantry with something really big. I think the impact hits already, it's not melee attacks, right? So it's not mitigated by melee defense. At least I think so. We'll learn something about the game for sure. Which is kind of cool, by the way. Like, you know, here with the massive speed bonus, we learned how impact hits work, at least how collisions work with infantry. Actually kind of useful for multiplayer. Not as useful as just playing multiplayer, but it's always cool to learn something new. Yo, what am I chosen doing? Oh my gosh, they're so slow. Hey, at least these guys don't rout. And oh, thank goodness this guy has high melee or missile resist. I'm surprised the giant isn't doing more damage to him, honestly. How's this guy resistant so much? Is he just tanky? Do bone giants just suck? Impossible. Definitely not. Definitely not. Bone giants are the best unit in the game. Yes, Scarbrand Chariot would work. 10 squats in a campaign stream? You crazy. I guess there really isn't much to do though. This battle is wrapping up as I speak. Or maybe I'll try to fit them in during the end turn. This is actually kind of sus. 10 Shmekshi squats for Slanesh. Dang, it even has a Even starts with the letter S. How perfect. Sigvald would be proud. Alright, this battle's done. Oh boy. Thank you for keeping me in shape. I know I need it. Hui. Hey, they get easier each time though. Ooh. How this chariot's doing. Dude, these chariots, how many kills they have? Oh, actually, that's not that much. By multiplayer standards, that's a fairly normal number to have. Bone Giants back when unit sizes were large. Oh, yeah. Large unit sizes really cooks a lot of high, you know, high DPS strategies to like solo targeting strategies. That's that was a direct nerf to Spirit Leech too, right? 500 speed squats. Jeez. Yeah, I think my knees would explode. Very nice. Which replays this? So many replays. Speed up 28. Sorry for the jank. No one at CA has ever had more than 10 replays apparently. Although let's be real, most people won't run into this issue. It only happens to me as a content creator. But it is quite funny how many bugs we expose accidentally, pushing the game to its limits. Also, Dangler, happy to have you here. We're beating up Tomb Kings again. I still see your message from last stream. Bro fumbled hard. Dude, I can't believe I won that greenskin game against Tomb Kings. Completely undeserved. I guess I might have earned part of it, but man, that was rough. I think all Tomb Kings mains were really feeling the pain watching that go down. Can this lady not ambush? There we go. Yeah, let's do that. You remember that? Dude, it's so brutal. Alright, looking good. So, Nakari can start bulldozing this way. We got a lord over here that can keep going down south. Skrulk is pretty jumpy.
Name it, and it
They
shall be done.
really don't have that much going for them. Just a lot of Skaven who are naturally quite bad with this mode. If anything, the impact damage hurts them. Create a cult. I guess I might as well just keep spamming cults. Where do I want a cult? You know what? This is kind of hype. More cults for days. I think here's a newer player. and they still gave me that hard of a time. I don't think they were completely new, but definitely they made some misplays. All right, very nice. Are there buildings that proliferate the cults? I don't really get that much from it. I will say though, once you hit the late game and I'm like rolling in cash, I would love to do a mass cultination. So which one does it? Cult Magus. The Dark God's Chosen. Okay, I don't know what that is. But yeah, I think once I get all my upgrades, I can do disciple armies everywhere, teleport my lord onto the settlement, and then the world just gets completely taken over. Hell, I can do a bit of that right now. More cults. More cults. Honestly, this seems like a pretty fun late game strategy. Like I said, it has been a while since I'm actually out of money. It's been a while since I actually have gone to a late game for a campaign. So it is pretty fun to experiment a little bit. Yeah, I don't need these. Okay, back to here. And we're gonna do this.
Pleasure. Pain.
The thing about late games is always you gotta balance out the management aspect versus the benefits you get for spending all your time managing your stuff.
Exquisite decadence.
Though definitely like some of these are really good to have. I should like figure out a good loadout for all my lords eventually. That way I can just quickly set them up. Jeez, I have a lot of random junk, don't I? This is probably not super worth unless I'm like, yeah, unless I'm actually about to fight some very difficult battles. Sure, just give him some random items, why not?
Mighty boom.
Exalted Keeper. Exalted Keeper's secrets would be nice. I don't think I have a Oh, it's Razel. That's the name of one of the tournament players. Anyways. But yeah. I don't have a demon to actually transform, sadly. Okay, that's pretty good. Just gotta make sure all this is still looking decent. It's close. It's close. A lot to manage, but we're doing okay. Let's get that growth and replen. This area is pretty easy to conquer. If CA ever add Koresh, that really makes Cathay less of a prime location to settle. It would make, well, okay, the corners are still OP. But Cathay is so small right now because they don't have to defend the south. You basically get a corner. You essentially get like a little bap bap. That line is so faint. A little bap bap. So you have like a little corner there that you can chill. You have a corner here. I think these islands, it's kind of rough because you have a lot of ocean paths. But yeah, like I think this is one of the best places defensively. This is one of the best places over here. And over here it's okay, but like that ocean path here, Southern Chaos Waste, it's more of a rounded corner. So it doesn't feel nearly as good. Really only like 3 places that you can evac to. Why don't plague monks have poison? Let's see. Well, it's in the name. You would expect them to have poison. Poison is also an attribute that CA kind of throw around everywhere. Honestly, it would be an okay way to buff plague monks. They are kind of off meta right now. I think poison would be a very it would be a very apt way to buff them up in a way that makes sense. You think there's a campaign tech tree though that gives them poison? So then the base unit doesn't have poison? Place your bets! Okay, so even though this says Pyrrhic Victory, it's not exactly. Because that's a lot of ogres. I actually do kind of wonder. I kind of want, because I don't want to just auto-resolve my way through all this. Yeah, I think I would have to seduce these guys. I think I would have to seduce them. And then now it's good for me because all these guys are injured. So that makes it okay for me to auto-resolve. The rule is if it seems like the auto-resolve is giving me a free win, I have to play the battle. Crushers, yeah. I think Ogre Kingdoms is actually one of the strongest factions in this mod. But the AI obviously don't know how to use them properly, nor do they get auto-resolve bonuses for speed. It would be pretty interesting seeing how auto-resolve works with 500 melee defense as enemies as corn. Do you guys think
That plan scheme is disgraceful.
You guys think the AI can handle that? You think they get enough buffs?
Ecstasy awaits.
Okay, so they're still healing, but I can probably just attack this Skaven settlement. Indeed-a-do. There is not much here.
I'll make of this place a temple of pleasure.
Very nice. And Nakari is just gonna continue the war path, I guess. The thing is, though, if I keep heading this way, am I screwed? I don't want to lose settlements. I think that's the thing. Nakari kind of pushed into this territory almost too quickly. And I don't have movement range? You're kidding me. Wonder if that could crash auto resolve. It's probably just using you know, some basic calculations. What's the mod? I have it in the description on YouTube, but let me see if I can pull it up for you. Let me see. The mod is right here. I'll go ahead and pin that. There we go.
It is agreed.
All right. Let's see. Dang, I actually really do not have many armies, do I? I'm just gonna use this army for scouting. It's all the good for now. Are we running like a 10-second delay? I think I have just a normal 10-second delay built in. Just for tournaments and such, and I am too lazy a lot of the time, almost all the time, basically all the time, to actually turn it on and off. It's not the worst for me. I don't feel it too much, but if it bothers you guys, I can always put some craft in my work and actually take the time to disable it.
Let loose the winning prey.
I could also turn it to like 5-second delay. One of the main reasons is because if I lose a tournament, say, you know, and I'm casting the grand finals, having it be very short on the delay makes it a little sus. Like, people could very easily stream snipe there, and that's a little rough for the players. So it's just kind of a nice cover, I'd say. 50-second delay. Oh my gosh. We'll actually just stream one day. One day's worth of delay. That way it encourages you to watch the next stream to see your comments get responded to. It's brilliant. Never has a greater thought ever been thunk. Let's see here. Okay, nice. No rebellions. Life is chill. But yeah, get ready, guys. Get ready for the great cultining of the entire world. I swear, by the time I have Grand Cathay and some of the Darklands, we'll be able to get so many armies everywhere. Just completely ravage the settlements of the world. And then everyone's gonna be at war with me, but I think there's some very high potential with these two, right? Disciple army. Yeah, devotee upkeep for disciple army. Are there not a lot of disciple army upgrades? Where are they at? Okay, maybe not. Is it? Am I thinking of the wrong one? Am I thinking of like Skaven that can increase the army size, or are disciple armies just naturally big? Watch a video on the Mask of Slaanesh. Good stuff. Oh, that was a fun one. Oh, look at them backstabbing me, these guys. These guys, pretty weak sauce army though. Just a bunch of weapon teams. Here they come for this settlement. Apparently the auto-resolve hates Doom Wheels though. Can you zoom in and show the updated devotees of Slanesh in the battlefield? Haven't actually seen them yet. If I recruit them, and I remember your message. But yeah, I don't actually have them. Honestly, they're not a great unit. Oh, is Throg getting butchered by Mother Estankia? You guys see that? Mother Estankia kind of annihilating him. I would accept this treaty, by the way, but I have a no diplomacy rule going on. Sure, why not? Surely this Tzeentch cult is not an issue, right? If I've learned anything from the Warhammer lore, it's that cults only give you benefits. There's basically no upgrade for Disciple armies. Meanwhile, half of Khorne's tech tree is just blood host buffs. Well, I guess Disciple armies are not as prevalent. They're kind of just like a bonus thing you can do. But they're not actually, you know, they're not as important as Khorne's blood hosts. Okay, so I have to be a little careful. Just a smidge. You see, there's a lot of these armies over here. I have to remember, while the campaign is obviously going really well, we're actually not quite, we're not quite there yet. There's actually much to do. Very much to upgrade and build. And in a long campaign, you really want to focus on the infrastructure and make sure that your settlements are built correctly. Let's see here. I could start going into the hero stack strats, but are they actually good? Hero stacks are obviously one of the strongest. Obviously, I could get some Chuchi Anointed, why not? But hero stacks are obviously one of the strongest stacks you can make. But that doesn't mean that they're worth your money. There's a lot in this game, actually, that is not very worth your money. So you do have to be a little careful. Public order here is actually almost too good. Level of control -2. Difficulty. I need to get this below 50% so my buildings make me more money. The Slanesh corruption is high. But I also have these buildings. Slanesh corruption in adjacent provinces. Yeah, I actually want to get rid of these buildings. What do these cultists do? Nope, mobility. Yeah, Slanesh is weird. You want your control to be a little on the lower end. I can optimize that a bit later, though. Disciple Army Heralds don't have spells. Yeah, it's a little weird. So is there any benefit to upgrading this? I see no benefit. I'm pretty garbo. Is this... Okay, not worth upgrading, but Terracotta Graveyard is. So far, so good. Cult upgrade. Yeah, I just have to figure out a good plan. I have to figure out a good, like, late game world domination plan. Because just having the cults doesn't win me the game. Like, they need to get territory and I need to spawn armies. So I actually need a lot of cash. Like, we need a stupendous amount of cash to pull off a worldwide backstab with cults. Duchy Anointing can give army-wide evasion. Crazy. Give Spawn a chance. They're perma-bench warmers. I think Spawn could be fun. Especially if it just got spawnified. Yeah, spawn can be fun as long as I make sure they I guess they just need to not get shot, right? But in melee they're pretty good. They're better than infantry. Okay, how is the Zinch cult doing? Each turn, 10% chance of the purple hand will spread to another region somewhere in the world. Campaign movement range +9. It's at once it's spread to 9 locations, they will leave this location. So like, what happens if I do that though? Do I get something good or is it something terrible? I see 50% chance. Interesting. Yeah, I feel like I'm about to summon a greater demon. You know what? We'll let it roll. I'm sure it's totally fine. It's a lot of Skaven, by the way. Nakari's gonna have to get some fighting going, aren't they? I think we're ready for it though. You never know. Gonna roll the dice.
Scion of excess. Slanesh
What is going on here? Did I get...
demands
Where'd my movement range go, man?
'tis folly.
Okay, so apparently my movement range sucks now. I will figure that out later. In the meantime, all the way over here. A little sketchy. I gotta be careful that I don't have too many fronts. Now, archers are not that bad for me to face. And that's because they just can't kill the chosen. So it's probably fine as long as they don't get anything that is too fast. If they bring in any mobility, then we start sweating. But right now, I am in no rush. A lot of base keeping right now. We're kind of just building up for the easy peasy late game. Do Heart Seekers have a place in the meta since Tides?
Can bring ruin to all.
In terms of the meta? Not really. Everything that kills Pleasure Seekers will also kill Heart Seekers. So, yeah. Yeah, they kind of already get countered. And if you're worried about them being countered, you'd bring just normal Seekers. A little sad, ain't it? Oh boy, it's gonna get crazy, man. One more turn and then the Zinch. And the Zinch is gonna pop off. Wholly unusual locations. The hand is everywhere. Tower of the Cabal. Magisters come on an ashen morn. If a character ends turn in this region with 20 or more legendary lord defeat traits, this location will be removed. The Cabal will become more powerful in all future campaigns. What? Wait, that's kind of wild. What? What is this? Each time you destroy an enemy faction, you gain an effect lasting 1 turn. That provides near instant recruitment and construction. After losing a settlement to an enemy force, there's a 5% chance the force will be destroyed and the settlement returned. After conquering a region, there's a 10% chance you will automatically occupy the entire province. Yo, what the crap? What is this? A 2% chance per turn that one of your enemies will have their entire faction utterly destroyed. Bro, what? Wait, that's insane. You can actually AFK and win a campaign. Carries power from campaigns too. Wait, yo, if I level this up to 100%, I could literally do an AFK campaign. Or just declare war, spam end turn. And then they just die. Just slowly die around me. That's crazy. Oh, that's kind of fun. That's kind of nifty, actually. I like that. Interesting. What is this? Settlement battle. I do have a lot of fiends. I think, I don't think I need to play this.
Exquisite death.
Big grind to max that out. Yeah, we're talking quite a few campaigns, aren't we? Quite a few. How's the control looking?
So much sweeter now.
It'll last a little while. Alright, here we go. The Skaven have graciously brought to me their armies, though. And now we can test Nakari's true strength. So, obviously we can lightning strike them one at a time. I could lightning strike them one at a time, or I can test my strength and actually fight them all at once, because honestly, they don't have a lot going for them. Like, you know, I could just... Wow, only 60. Yeah, my seduction cost is super low. There's some crazy stuff, too, where you can seduce units and then lightning strike. That's pretty funny. Bro has corn in his ear. I kind of want to test out Nakari's strength. I will take their flayers, though. I will take all their high mass units. Oh, yeah, bro, they're just dead. Oh, they're just dead, bro. Oh my gosh. They're about to get flayed, man. Yeah, the Tzeentch Cabal carrying power over is crazy. Gonna have to play a lot of Tzeentch, or a lot of campaigns, but I must say it's quite nifty. Does it only work if you're playing as like the evil factions, or does it just always, can anyone get it? It's just Tzeentch Cabal with whoever. All right, let's see. So this is my Nakari army against a few thousand Skaven. Let's see how it goes. As you can see, the flares are quite strong. They're not targeting the right unit, though. Don't know what's going on there. Units get very unwieldy when the speed gets higher. But yeah, here they come. Oh my gosh, the Skaven are actually at rat speed. Ain't no way they survive this, though. Skaven moving at actual rat speed is hilarious, though. Unfortunately for them, I have mass. So playing this battle actually just has me having more fun, because I get to bulldozer a million Skaven. Look at them go. They didn't stand a chance, man. Not a singular chance. The car is about to bring the pain to Skrulk. Nakari has 1,500 weapon strength. Skrulk has 0 melee defense. Yeah, Doomwheel's kind of crazy. And here comes the second wave. Glorious. Yeah, we lawn mowing today. And once Skrulk dies, it's even better. But yeah, there's in a world where Skaven do not have any mass, this just makes life so much harder for them. As long as I'm moving, we will get impact damage. Take a look at those clan rats, completely dead. Take a look at these Skaven slaves, completely dead. Look at these ones, and they're also gone. Warp grinders, though, have arrived, so they're actually going to net me down. Does it matter? No, it's just... I want to see what this looks like. It's too hard to see. You can see Skaven bodies just flying off. Let's yeah, if I just pull back just a smidge, I can also Phantasmagoria. Skulk is gone. He did escape, as they always do. It's very hard to actually get killing blows with this mod. Alright, let's see if I can get some flares in there. Indeed we can. As you can see, it's a bloody massacre. I will say, the ability to seduce units is very strong. Oh my gosh. It's like I'm almost playing a buffed Slanesh campaign. In some situations, we are actually stronger by buffing the AI, which is kind of weird. A lot of people say Legendary is, you know, the hardest mode you can play on, but if anything, it lets you get tier 5 settlements really quickly. Obviously, there's a lot that makes it more difficult, but a lot of people underestimate, you know, how good it is to have the AI be buffed. There's a absurd amount of ways to leverage it. Very nice. Although with Corn, I don't know if giving them 500 melee defense will make it easier for me. Pretty sure that one will be a real challenge. Here we go. We're playing at 500 speed enemies on ×4 speed. That's how you know we're gaming. Jeez, what a massacre. Just knocked them all off. And there's the army losses. They just kept showing up and routing. all the catapults arrived. They just got pushed in. Oh boy, yeah, that was worth. That was definitely worth. What a glorious day this is. Feeling Kairos with random location. Yes, there is a a mod, or should you just go with fully randomized start positions? Fully randomized start positions works really well for me. My lord dies to the AI. Nakari hasn't died yet. Surprising, actually. The cult will spawn for anyone. Recently got it on dwarves. Hell yeah. So does it only upgrade by 10% each time? Because that means I have to play like at least 8 more campaigns to fully level it up. And then I also need to farm legendary lord defeat traits. That is no simple task for sure. Okay, so Nakari just massacred all their faces. Portal glyph. Reinforcement range. Null plate is pretty hype, but I already got the scintillating shield. Any better items I can give to Nakari? I thought I just had a portal glyph. Worm Slayer sword. Oh yeah, this was the super garbage sword. I don't know why I would ever want that. Ah, here it is. Yeah, I did get another portal glyph. Let's you know, I would like to deck out Nakari. Got some scrap. I think people said you can combine scrap. Combine scrap to get premium scrap. None of these are great on Nakari, are they? Surely, does Slanesh even have a good item? I'm just getting prismatic amplifiers, man. Valuable scrap. Oh, hell yeah. Fusible material. Oh, that's funny. Hell yeah, that's a 5,000 gold scrap. I don't think I've made valuable scrap before. Honestly, there's a lot. There's a lot that another prismatic amplifier. Is that actually the only item I can get? But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I've been missing out having not played campaign for so long. Yeah, they really need to have a scrap all unequipped items option though. Come on, give me the big money. Another prismatic amplifier. I think this is the only item that Slanesh can get. 550 kills on fiends, yeah. So I need to make a second valuable scrap. We just gotta scrap all the way down, guys. Well, I guess this will do for now. I don't need a potion of healing on Nakari. We are far past that point. Chromatic Tome is good though. Or I can equip the scrap. Yeah, you can't actually equip the scrap. It's a terrible idea. I would not recommend equipping the scrap, but yeah.
You way to slay.
I have a book of Asher. Asher? I don't know how to say it.
Sensuous.
I have a... Oh, I do! Oh, thank you so much. Targeting range for spells. Oh, thank goodness. Thank you so much. You saved me a great deal of pain and suffering. Death Singer. 5% chance to gain a unique trait when Death Singer and Doom Singer are in the same province. Hell yeah. I'll give that to this random lady. Actually, they could use some proper equipment. Don't want them accidentally dying on me. That would be kind of embarrassing. Dang, it's a 15% ward save armor. Crazy. All right, good enough. Yeah, there's some crazy busted items. One day, I wish the late game would be hard enough, at least on Legendary, where you actually really need to get these insane items to pull through. Obviously, Masochist POV, we all know.
Name it.
But yeah, like I don't feel the need to continue combining items. Like my armies are plenty strong. Nakari just deleted an entire Skaven force on their own. And I'll do it again. Give me that. Give me all of that. And man, it feels like I'm shopping. Truly feels like we are just shopping right now. I'll get rid of the warp grinder crew. There we go. Now I have to play this battle, but this is definitely an X4 type situation. Valuable scrap fuses into legendary items. Interesting. Oh, very nice. And the reinforcements arrive on this edge of the map. So I'll just yeah, I'll just park this force over here. These ones can tackle the main army. They may be fast, but in no way can they actually contest this. They just have a bunch of guns. It's just a bunch of guns, man. Look at the cards, just rushing in there. For anyone who plays Warhammer and has a hard time with artillery, the answer is just rush their face down. If you just kind of YOLO in there, you barely give the artillery any time to actually shoot, and then life is good. Look at them, they're just rushing into melee. And okay, they actually killed a lot of demons. Surprising. Oh, it's because of plague monks. Should have known. Couple more elite units than I thought I would have to deal with. It's okay though. We do have these guys chilling, and they will do just fine. Couple plague monks are not an issue. Demonettes, losing them is not a big deal. It's not like I really need them anyways. Legendary scrap. Yeah, the sensor bearers are crazy, man. In terms of just raw deeps, especially on legendary difficulty. Kind of new here. What other factions do you enjoy? Is Tzeentch cool? In terms of multiplayer, I like Slanesh, Coast, Warriors of Chaos, and Norska quite a bit. In campaign, I think all the campaigns are pretty fun. I have a strange liking to the France campaign, like many a Warhammer player. If you asked me why, I would not be able to answer. But yeah, that's kind of where I stand. What is that? How is that even? Did I click on the wisps of his banner thing? Oh my gosh. Well, we got ripped off, people. Such is life. Sometimes it gives you the wrong attack command, and you just have to feel bad about yourself. Every time, man. I swear, this game is just the mouse hitboxes. All right, I blame the hitboxes. You can have 10,000 hours in a game and it can still screw ya. All right, now do I want to fight this? It is a red territory. It's not like it's very good for me. Mother Sankia, though, is almost done with Throg, and as soon as they are, I'm sure they're gonna pummel this area. He's playing Malachi. Malachi is very strong. If you actually want to make like proper mixed armies that do well, don't take too much ranged. A lot of people,
The Lord of Excess commands me.
a lot of people will, at least like knowing myself, I took a lot of range units when I first started playing Warhammer, and it's actually way less effective than going for like 30% of your army is ranged, the rest is melee, you know, just spam longbeards. But Malachi is very strong. Some builds, like I'm sure if you just spam Grudge Rakers and give them their range attack upgrades, they will just kill everything. So if you like living on that kind of knife's edge, would recommend. Although, like, here's the thing, I'm more of a battle optimizer. I have the micro. The actual, like, campaign stuff, I am not as good at. Legend of Total War would be good for that, but he is retired now. How do you deal with greenskins and their boar boys as Empire? Any tips? Honestly, spearmen are great. If you position your spearmen in a good enough position, they can defend your range from boar boy charges, and the AI isn't smart enough to properly disengage from that. So yeah, it's pretty good. Your Empire Knights are not going to do nearly as well against boar boys. Yeah, they're not going to do nearly as well against boar boys as you would hope for. So I would recommend against that. Okay, I see how it is. AI is, yeah. They're trying to be funny. Well, it's not worth chasing those guys down anymore. It's just, oh, alley-oop. And make sure that they all get their attack commands off. You always want to give your big attack command first, and then kind of individually micro your units afterwards. That way you're not missing your charges. Actually, landing charges, like if you charge infantry into each other, in the first 10 seconds they will actually get about a quarter of the HP off of the unit that they charge. So you can kind of think about, you know, just a simple charge command gets you like 2,000 damage per infantry. It's actually very, very important to make sure that you land them. These Cathan forces are a lot more nimble than I thought they would be. Obviously they have 500 speed, but I'm used to the AI getting caught a little bit more often. I'm actually having a little bit of a difficult time, probably because something about the human infantry is just really good at evading my extremely slow infantry. They don't do a lot of damage, thankfully. But yeah, their maneuverability's through the roof. Look at them go. This is actually going to be a little bit of a battle. just they're guiding me like the wood elves. What is this? Get them, demonettes. Hopefully they stand their ground. Maybe they'll be too busy shooting at my demon prince lord. I will say chosen were quite the choice here. Oh, almost caught me. Although maybe I do want to melee these guys. Not while they're shooting at me though. Why you even get chosen? Because they're the only unit that can get shot up by a million archers and actually stand their ground. You know, it's kind of a thing where like thing like Mountain and the Viper, right? You can be as fast as you want, but you're not gonna take me down. And when I eventually catch you, you will die. Just give it a few minutes and all of your ammunition being spent. It's okay. I have this one Jade Lancer. They're actually perfect for this because they can catch any running archers. And as you can see, their forces just slowly get whittled down. If the AI was good at kiting, I would be so screwed. Thankfully for me, they are only decent at kiting. If greenskins bring a lot of chaff and boar boys, I feel like there's enough infantry to hold it down, and sooner or later you have to engage cav versus cav and they crush you. Well, let's see. Okay, so if the greenskins bring more units than you have, that's a campaign problem, not a battle problem. So, you know, most of the fights will only work for you if you have a 20 stack versus a 20 stack. Yeah. So, you know, with greenskins, yeah, it'll be a little rough. In multiplayer, oh, even better then. No, spears are the way, man. Spears are absolutely the way. So you can actually get more units than the greenskins. For their infantry, I guess like eventually you can use your cavalry to kind of clean them up. I will say greenskins are just naturally going to be good against the forces of the Empire in multiplayer. So, you know, don't think you're doing anything too wrong if you lose. But yeah, boar boys are pretty slow. So your cavalry is good at clearing their infantry. You know, your outrider grenade launchers and the like. You use your infantry to deal with the boar boys because the boar boys are slower. In theory, they shouldn't even be able to catch your cavalry because they are actually just that slow. At least if I remember correctly. I will have to double check. Let me just check right now. Greenskins, boar boys. Okay, yeah, that's not very useful, is it? I'm telling you though, their base speed is quite low though. So you just have to effectively screen with your spears. So that means instead of chasing the unit of cavalry, think about it like football, right? You gotta position your spears where the boar boys want to be, where they're going, right? If you just run towards them, they're gonna get past you and jump your cavalry. They're gonna jump your range units. Life's gonna suck. Boar boys are faster than Empire Knights? Really? There's no way. Even so, the faster? There's no way. Empire Knights are that slow. Either way, I think the point still stands. You use your spears to defend. 70 speed? Dang. I got that wrong because of CA buffed up cavalry speed a while ago. Cavalry used to be a little bit slower. But yeah, I think you know, you can harass them with outriders. That's okay. You can also use magic. I think one of the greatest things about Empire is that you have much better magic than greenskins. Searing Doom can be pretty fun versus Boar Boys. That helps the Chaos matchup quite a bit. Empire Knights are 78 these days. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm right then. Okay, I still got it. I still got it. Though I don't got it enough to confidently say whether you're wrong or not. But I'm pretty sure I still got it. But yeah. That's the rough idea. That's the rough idea. This is like saying, you know, in chess, it's like the enemy queen, they keep killing my rooks. How can my rooks kill the queen? And it's like, well, they don't. You just kind of have to avoid their strong point. But yeah, definitely against greenskins, don't take too much range. And actually go for a couple great swords. A lot of greenskin players, I could see them spamming chaff. If they're spamming chaff your way, great swords are actually kind of good nowadays. They'll clean them up like nobody's business. Have you thought about offering paid coaching for multiplayer? I do it. I do it.
Lord of Slanesh.
But for it to actually be worth my time, I'm not gonna lie, it is a bit expensive. Just because it is a lot of time I have to put to the side. But it's there for anyone who is interested. But I don't really advertise it much because in my head it just kind of like there's no real need for it, right? Like the people who would want it would typically reach out to me. Like, you know, I'll bring it up every once in a while, but yeah, I feel like it detracts from what I'm usually doing by advertising. Did I do everything I need to do this turn? Any rebellions? The game seems like it's not good at telling me that rebellions are coming up. I've missed a few. That might also just be me. I might just be spamming the next alert button too quickly. It's quite funny whenever I watch your replays and pointed out obvious mistakes. That was fun. And also, if the paid coaching is too much, I do offer, you know, free light coaching. Like if you just want to send me Discord messages, you know, happy to go over that. I am out of money. Whoopsie daisies. Well, it's a good thing they're attacking me. But yeah, I do, you know, just give general advice. It turns out guy that streams Warhammer likes talking about the game. So worth it to get huntsmen versus greenskins. Archers are just better. Archers are generally better than huntsmen in most situations. Because the cost is insane. So, you know, for only a 50 gold difference, you can think about it this way. Right? So huntsmen and archers. Huntsmen only do like, what, 20% more damage than archers? But they cost twice as much. So, like, let's say archers are like 80. Let's say they do like 8 damage, right? And huntsmen are like 10. You know, that's like 10 damage versus 60 damage. That's like, in terms of damage per gold spent, you're 60% more effective. Rough math. Very rough math, mind you. But like, you know, who would ever throw 60% damage away, right? The value is just insane. 66 speed greenskin cav. Oh my goodness. Yeah, cavalry really got a big speed boost. Be interesting to play Warhammer 2 today and see the difference. But yeah, normal archers are better, and even so, archers are not exactly your best tool versus greenskins. Like, in general, if you're playing these kind of high HP factions, your archers actually won't have many targets to go for anyways. In terms of ranged, I would personally, unless they're spamming Ragnarok spiders or something your way, but I would personally go for... Whoa, what happened? Did Doom Flares just fall off a cliff? I think they did. Yo, the dreaded Cathay Cliffs, it still exists. Oh my goodness, what a massacre. I can't believe it. They were too fast. Maybe they fixed it for the slower speeds, but they did not fix it at this pace. Rough time, man. Rough time for those poor guys. What was I saying? What was I saying before I watched a bunch of Doom Wheels just fall off a cliff? Yes, archers. Yes. The typical rule of thumb for these kind of high HP shielded man-tied spam factions is you actually only want to have slightly more ranged firepower than they do. So you should focus more on great swords, and like you can have a couple safe range units. We're talking like, okay, yeah, maybe you can have some outriders. I think outrider pistols are pretty good. Normal outriders are great. Outrider grenade launchers are probably your best bet because you have a lot of infantry to clear. And yeah, once you get that going, then you're good to go. I'll have to think about an actual composition though. Escaping moment. Oh, hey, there's army losses. Yeah, if I needed to make an actual composition, like let's see here. If I was facing greenskins, I would personally go for like 2-3 great swords in the starting army. 10 of the spear units, 5 unshielded, 5 normal. Get Boris in there. And, on his mounts, and like a burning headcaster or a searing doomcaster. Depending on if you're running into more infantry or... If you're having problems with infantry versus if you're having problems with cavalry. Searing doom is better for cavalry. And then after that... And then after all that, I would put like 2 outrider grenade launchers in reserve. If you have extra money in the main army, you can take a couple archers. And obviously you have some cavalry in reserve. Because that's kind of a thing, right? You need to kind of whittle them down to the point where they only have infantry. And that's when your range do well. That's when your cavalry do well. If you have your cavalry beforehand, you're kind of screwed. Was there an event? Oh, Demon Prince. Spurn your offering. This guy's gonna spurn it. Just to see. The Purple Hands plan. You recall how language strained under their undulating voices. Assenting to their hypnotic practices and curious enough to dabble, you have wrested a maddeningly simple cipher from the fluorescent vortex of the conversations. Your assistance was instrumental. Our grand design unfolds. We shall see you again very shortly. Interesting. Okay, so that building chain is gone, but this one stays? This one stays. Okay, so this is how I can increase the Cabal's power. Very nice. Man, that is crazy. That is crazy. They actually got they have progression. Personally, I feel like CA could have more progression mechanics in their Total War games. I think there's a little bit to be had there. But I don't know how other people feel about that. I don't have siege equipment. Whoopsie daisies.
I bring
Yeah, this disciple. I think do the disciple armies like super fall off late game for Slanesh? I feel like we might be witnessing that. Dang, that's rough. And I still lose the demonette. Oh my gosh. And why this demonette in particular? Game just hates them. Alright, well at least they lived. From just a campaign perspective, Tides of Torment was pretty mid. Honestly, I've been so out of the loop with campaign for such a long time, I personally cannot say much. Warhammer 40k, man, dude, I really am quite interested to see what CA does with it. I think the main thing I'm hoping for is that it is actually inspired, you know? I think that's what I would like. Very nice. Yeah, I'll just auto this. I have a million fiends. But yeah, like I want them to really just pop off with 40k. Don't know if they will. Oh crap, no disciple armies. I had it a second ago. Maybe they don't have units here. Pyrrhic victory. Alright, I'll take it. But yeah, I really hope. Oof. Can I win this with just the fiends and the 2 savage orcs? I think I can. I think I can, yeah. That's what they said. Different size campaigns that affects theaters on the overall universal map. Oh, wait. Oh, that's... Okay, well, I don't know what they mean by campaigns, right? Campaigns can mean a lot of things, but in the total war sense, that's like a whole... That's like a whole run. But hey, you know, I'm okay with them experimenting a little bit. You know, we'll see where they decide to go with it. The launches of Warhammer 2 and 3 have been rough. Always the scariest thing. I think CA has actually an atrocious track record when it comes to their launches. Not much to do but hold our breath. Dawn of War 4 is also a very similar situation. Look at him go! Woo! Savage Orc Boy having the time of his life, man. He's getting ready for battle. Oh, okay. Fighting is about to start. Can't be dancing in the fight, I guess. He has not mastered the ways of Warzag, it seems. You can leave disciple armies in the late game to control provincial stability. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, let's see how this fight goes. I think with this lady in here, it's just a fat Mortis engine. This war shrine. Where's it at? Yeah, give her a torturous glory. So it is actually the same amount of damage per second as a Mortis engine. Kind of insane. You can see the auto resolve wanted to do me dirty there. What was that spell cast? The thing is though, based on how well Warhammer 2 did, CA could have a bad launch. And it would actually, we'd still have hope, you know, because they'll keep polishing it until it's good. I don't know how it works on the business side, but if I would personally, they just keep releasing DLCs, you know? They should put out fewer games, more DLCs. That's how you get a better product. Now, does that make them more money? Does that draw in more customers? Does that even help with the channel? I have no idea. But purely from a player perspective,
Flames to darkness.
I think it would be great if
Look,
they would just keep polishing one game. Every time, you know, Warhammer 1 to Warhammer 2, Warhammer 2 to Warhammer 3, it's like always introducing new bugs, man. It's crazy.
give yourself to Slanesh, body and soul.
Okay, very nice. So we've almost hit the southernmost point. This army has been doing well.
Calls.
Unfortunately, my spendings has gone through the roof. It turns out, yes, indeed, upgrading buildings cost you all your monies. But still worth it. It's just that it'll take a few turns is all. What is going on with the public order here? Zinch corruption. Buildings minus 24? What do you mean buildings minus 24? Is it this thing? So I need 20 or more legendary lord defeat traits. Am I even gonna get that? I don't know if I'm even gonna get that, bro. That takes a hot second. Hard to say what makes the most money for CA, yeah. I'm no CA whisperer. I would not be able to say myself. All right, public order is looking very okay. Very okay. Seen in a few turn videos that people actually bring huntsmen quite often. Why is that? When they are... when are they better than archers? So they do have good range. So against, you know, other archer heavy factions, archers are pretty good. But also, I think a lot of people... Oh, there's a bunch of reasons, right? So, like... Sorry, just let me finish this up real quick. Cult Uprising. Oh, yeah, the garbage thing. But yeah, like, turns videos, a lot of people aren't bringing super optimized builds all the time. That's one factor. The other thing is also just personal preference. It could be micro reasons. And then the third thing is sometimes the archers are just, or sometimes huntsmen are just straight up better. It really depends on the game that you're looking at. But they are better if you're facing, you know, something like wood elves or high elves or what have you, where normal archers will just get outranged and murdered. The best situation for Empire archers is when the enemy cannot shoot back at them very much. So I found a lot of good use with them against lizardmen. I found a guy, I feel like they'd be pretty good against greenskins and the like. Yeah. Loose formation's also nice. They both have loose formation, so that's kind of a similar benefit for them. Oh yeah, there's some situations where or where huntsmen get a lot of work out of their anti-large bonus. So yeah, against like beastmen, they can do a lot of damage to their cavalry. I do personally think spamming archers and free company militia is still better, but the huntsmen catch up. Like, it's not a big enough difference where you could say for sure that that archers are better.
Perfection.
Also, yes, Empire is not exactly a meta faction right now. So there's also something to consider, that they haven't actually been very well explored. Even by me, you know, I could just be wrong. Maybe there's Empire mains out there just listening to what I'm saying, just like, what does he mean? What do you mean? Huntsmen are so much better. But that's a good thing about Warhammer. There are actually... There's a lot of things that are just so underexplored that, like, you know, like let's say for me, right? I don't run chariots, even though they should be quite good. There's a lot about chariots that are amazing. But I don't run them because I just don't get a lot of value off of them. And like, that's it. And that doesn't mean chariots are bad, I just don't make good use of them. Then we could have a very similar situation with the huntsman. But yeah, I would say Empire is generally they're a pretty difficult faction to pick up from the get-go as a new player. I don't think it's impossible to play Empire, but they have a lot of counters. And there's a lot of learning you gotta do to actually, like, you know, be able to win in a lot of matchups. They're not, they don't play very similarly across matchups. So, yeah, a little bit hard mode to pick up the Empire, but not impossible. If you do want an easier Empire, I would personally recommend Kislev. Their cavalry do so well. You really just have to yeah, like Kislev cavalry almost outtrade like everyone's cavalry. It's crazy. You just kind of send them in and they cook, man. It's insane. But yeah, I guess like there's that. If you want a faction that skews more onto infantry, there's dwarves. Devotee upkeep for disciple armies. I guess I might as well. I'm spamming that a lot.
We shall cavort and confound.
Or actually, there's upkeep reduction, isn't there? Where's my upkeep reduction? Here it is. Yeah, this one's just insane. Post-battle loot, upkeep reduction across the board. It'll save my economy, man.
As it is beautiful.
Skaven also struggle in multiplayer, yeah. Very helpful, good to hear. Someday people will realize crossbowmen are sleeper OP. That's just because they're the closest unit to Rugleds, isn't it? I feel like you see Rugleds, you're like, man, all these factions, they got crossbows too, but they don't realize. Okay, actually though, crossbowmen are not that bad. I do personally think they get outclassed by other Empire range units. And the worst thing about them is that they're tight formation. So like anyone who brings anti-infantry magic, it's just like the happiest day for them ever. You can kill like 450 gold worth of units for like a basic wind spell. That's amazing value. But like actually though, cost wise and damage output wise, crossbowmen are legit pretty good. You know, definitely on the same level as all the other units. If you're dealing with like mid-tier armor stuff, the crossbowmen are quite good. They punch pretty hard. And they're relatively cheap. I think you could totally win a tournament with crossbowmen and not feel that hindered too. Because at the end of the day, it's going to come down to your play more than anything else. The one random Skaven play clock catapult. I think we'll sack these lands and occupy these ones. Although... Oh no, okay, the capital's all the way over here, so I can totally just sack this because I want the Skaven off my lawn, man. Get him out of here. Never seen a lot of people talk about how much they like Dark Elves. Multiplayer or single player? Because Danican likes Dark Elves a lot. Okay, yeah, there was a time when Dark Elves was like one of the most played factions in multiplayer. I wouldn't say they're actually the most popular though. I'm occupying. I would not say they're the most popular. Like, the way the meta works, it is more based off of... I can reduce proliferate cult costs. It works a lot off of trends. So way back, there was a player by the name of Danican who was starting, you know, as an up-and-coming player that was kind of crushing it. They main Dark Elves, and they played a very mean Dark Elves. And one of the clans that we have in the community, they really like to latch onto ideas and just like super grind that one idea. So like everybody started, you know, getting a taste of Dark Elves. Hell, I got a taste of Dark Elves. You know, try them out, see how they feel. Because it's like, this is kind of new and exciting. But the thing that really, you know, tests the faction is whether or not that fad sticks around. Will people continue to play Dark Elves or no? And in this case, unfortunately not. They could not survive the test of time. I'm just gonna ambush here. Let them come to me. But yeah, I do think Dark Elves are still pretty highly rated though. In the aftermath of the great Dark Elf hype, we do see them here and there. And they are definitely not a bad faction. If you came to me a few months ago, I would say that they were quite bad. But no, they actually hold up really well. Okay, so we're almost done with the Skaven. The Tomb Kings have been nibbling at their backside. Throg is still alive too, which buys me time for Mother Estankia. But I imagine he only has a few turns left before he's done so. Okay, buildings. I should save a bit of money for seduction. Anyone know how much money I've spent on seduction so far? I feel like it's a high amount, but surely not a crazy amount. You love your malice save. Enjoying it very much. At turn 129. Dang. Yo, if you're in a late game Dark Elf campaign, if you don't like spoilers on how to play the game super effectively, you can mute me until this hand goes down. But oh, nice ambush. But yeah, if you really want a sick late game, spam Black Arcs, fill them up with free Corsairs, and then just like capture all the territory. It's great. Amazing strat. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun ambush. I wish I could seduce a unit, but you know what? I'll take I guess I could take... Oh, I could take the Stalkers and get a shot in on the Hex rates. Sure, why not? Let's just play this. I kind of want to have fun with this ambush. He just said Snape killed Dumbledore. Alright. I know most people know about it, but if they're a new player, maybe they care, alright? Maybe they care. Built my whole career on maybe they care, alright? I know like 99% of people know how to doom stack in this game. These guys. How do you seduce constructs? Yes, the concrete is a nice touch. They're also fans of, you know, honestly, a new cover of paint. They, maybe some rebar. Although rebar is just like bones to them, right? I guess that's not very hot. All right. Oh, jeez. Wait, come back. This is the first time I played an ambush battle. I forgot that they just beeline it for this. Look at him go! Wait, yo, is he actually just booking it? Come back, man! Come back! Oh my gosh, he's just gone. He just dipped. It's not even like this is a bad fight for him. He just dipped. Worst ambush in the history of ambushes. I gotta say, that was not very effective. See when you leave work? Dude, I didn't even get into melee and the guy was already off the map. Yeah, the AI could retreat so well. Alright, well, I guess it lets the fight, it makes the fight quite a bit easier. Hey, there's army losses because half the army ran off. Alright, decisive victory, hell yeah. That was a strange battle. It's a mix of the AI having weird retreat tendencies and also, obviously the speed bonus. Oh man, yeah, I can't wait to edit this rundown into a proper video. There's like so much fun, like weird quirks about the game that I can get into between like the physics system and how the AI reacts to ambushes. They're in for round 2 though. And I am actually totally out of cash now. Yo, we broke, man. Oh, we so broke. Now, I can get a chariot, a single chariot. I guess I might as well. And then I'll just take a clean fight and hope that the Chosen are clutch, I guess. Chosen are pretty clutch, and I got a whole army here to tire them out beforehand. Excuse me, so sorry. You like the implications that the enemy did not know you were there, but also accepted that the units got seduced and left somehow. Okay, actually though, that is kind of historically accurate. If you think about it, right, there's been a ton of betrayals in history, where sometimes your men just dip and then they fight you later because they got bought out, man. Actual war strategies, and I guess the Tomb Kings are just like, yeah, you know, I guess our random skeletons just found a new life somewhere and they don't want to stick around. Okay, I guess that doesn't make sense. The Tomb King skeletons should be stupid loyal, right? Like literally, a lot of them, their minds don't even function properly anymore. All right, we're gonna brace. Hellscourges do have charge defense, and as you can see, it does something against the Ushopti charges. It doesn't do much, but it does something. That was not nearly as much damage as I'm used to. And I just gotta take a clean fight here, so we just use this guy. Get him the sick debuffs. There you go. Just mega reduce the stats of the Sphinx to as little as we can. There you go. 14 melee attack, 0 melee defense. And with my boys here, the free army taking the initial charge from the Tomb Kings, that buys time for my infantry to get in here and actually just have a normal fight. And that's exactly what we need, a normal fight, because if they cycle charge enough, my guys are just dead. You can see how easily they push through my lines. In the meantime, we have Ushopti shooting at me. Not much I can really do about that, sadly. And so far, it is a little sketchy. There's chariot charge. Yeah, I just need to, I gotta kill all the big SEs before, that's single entities, before the chariots eventually whittle down my entire army. Which they will. Let's get that vigor boosted. We're gonna go for the Lord Snipe now. A lot of my guys are crumbling or disintegrating, but the Chosen are still holding up decently. A little bit of friendly fire from friendly neighborhood Casket of Souls too. The range is so far that it is actually missing its shots. But wow, okay. Yeah, that's a problem. A slight issue, one might say. This is there's a lot of Tomb King's mass. Oh boy, these late game armies gonna be an issue, aren't they? Like, this is going okay, but this cycle charging, they crumble those lines so fast. How much value do these Ushopti have? Not a crazy amount. The chariots though at 1600 gold value is very high though. I'll have to be much more careful around these guys. Let's see if I can get this guy to escape. Nah, we crumbling. Dang, man. All right, Tomb King's kind of sketchy when they get their mass going. Late game AI kind of spooky. And we have a loss. Yeah, I need spawn, bro. I need hella spawn. Is the Caller / Tides of Torment good or just buggy? It's about the same tier as all other DLCs. Like, in my short stint playing at the Caller campaign, it worked fine. But the game as a whole is not. It's not super polished. You'll run into some bugs. I don't think there's any game-breaking bugs, though. And there goes the settlement. What a guy, man. Bro, you just killed my Chosen stack. Tomb Kings will pay for that. They'll pay. But, yeah, Tides of Torment. You know, it's fine. I think if you have less than 200 hours in this game, you will probably have a great time playing it. Usually, in my head anyways, the polishing, the bug removal, and all that, it matters once you become part of the old guard. You know, once you're kind of like me, where you've played for so long.
Most privileged of slime.
Spawn take 2 turns, bro. Oh, maybe they're better than fiends. Their stat line is not that much worse. They lack the armor piercing. Honestly, they just seem like worse fiends, but they are unbreakable and they do heal, so I guess I'll try it out. Oh, I can get devotees too. I might slip one in. But yeah, the game is functional enough. I wouldn't worry about it too much. What does this do? This is just recruitment? How useless. I don't really need that then.
Lord of Slanesh.
The Kai campaign is pretty rough. The Kai campaign? You get the corner though. It's very nice defensively. Just forget fiends exist. Spawner are the answer. Well, nothing gets me going like cost savings. We'll steal this dude. And is it a settlement battle? Is that why? It is. I don't want to play a settlement battle. It'll rip all my demons though. I didn't expect that to happen. I have to restock my my infantry. The Skaven are pretty beat up though. If they do randomly come in with just a giant army and kill this guy, at least he's only wounded.
And it shall be done.
I have to be careful though. I must be careful. Oh, it's healing and cost reduction for spells, but this one's demon net speed increase. That's not useful though. They're always faster than me. Yeah, it's straight up always faster. And what does this do? That's pretty high. What else is there? Spawn do have 200 more mass. Oh, dang, you checked? That's definitely not something you just know off the cuff. You definitely booted up the game and checked.
Torture.
I will say though, 200 mass, pretty hype. Oh my gosh, these Skaven, they're everywhere, bro. How's their strength? Okay. They only have like 2 armies left, bro. So Skaven are on their last legs. It's just cleaning them up that's a pain. I need more corruption, bro. Could go north and kill this army before they become an issue. I think that's probably the smartest thing. Hopefully I can like spawn an army here soon. Dang it, not enough. And I can't attack them either. These darn Skaven, man, they really are rats. You know more about this game than you're proud to admit. There's no way. You memorize the mass difference between fiends and spawn? You crazy, man. That's not even useful information. That's just a factoid. Ain't nobody doing Warhammer trivia nights, man. Oh my gosh. Impressive though, it's impressive. I'm just saying that is crazy. Let's see here. Any of these buildings do anything? I will say the Slanesh buildings don't offer that much. I can spam Alores's. They just offer training though. There's nothing good there. Obviously, local recruitment is good, but this is not my recruitment zone. You once won a StarCraft trivia night because you knew how much damage SC1 and SC2 Size Storm did. Ah, hell yeah. Okay, that is way more relevant though than like that is like actually like orders of magnitude more relevant than knowing the mass difference between fiends and spawn though. Like the mass difference, like nothing against you, Dangler. I'm just saying that's not, it's not very relevant. Someone should hold a Warhammer trivia night. That would be pretty funny though. I should get like the best players together. Give them some trivia and just like trivia about their own factions too. You think if I went to Zarix and I was like, how many shots, how much ammo do Shadow Warriors have? Do you think he would know? I would guess 22 arrows. Let me see. Shadow Warriors, they have, come on, 22 shots? That seems a bit high, but I think it's about right. So close, so close. 20 shots. These guys have 22? No, they're also 20. Dang it. What if we go to Danican and we're like Scourge Runner shots? Scourge Runners surely have like 30 shots. 24. Dang it, man. I wasn't so sure about that one. It's just a good guess. Dark Rider crossbows have less ammo than I thought, though. Only 16. Crazy.
My prince.
I think it'll be a good YouTube video, too. It would be good, but it's not what the channel is trying to be right now. This is why I would get a second channel, but then time constraints. Always with the time constraints, ain't it? If I had infinite time, we would have such great content. Fiends are a menace. I needed to find a weakness. That only answers half my question. You still know the mass of Spawn, alright? Which I think I can answer. I'm pretty sure you just like Spawn. Nothing wrong with it, you know? I'm not one to judge a man's personal preferences. I will say Spawn, they were prevalent on launch. Maybe you learned the Spawn mass. Although I will say I do know Chariot mass. 1,500 and 2,000. Depending on the chariot type. Get him out of here. What is this? Ogre Mercenary Camp. Diplomatic relations 1 million for ogres. No growth, but you get casualty replan. All region owner armies. So does that apply globally? It's not very. Region owner armies. I own the region. I have armies. I think that's a global plus too. Upkeep 20% for ogre units. Man, that's crazy. Can you get an ogre mercenary camp as the ogre kingdoms? Just get a 20% reduction globally. That would be OP. I like the global recruitment though. Units recruited in this province have a permanent 10% melee defense bonus. Absurd.
You may bow.
Almost every large unit has 1,500 mass. Fiends are weird. Oh, I see. So they... Okay, so you look at monstrous units the same way I look at chariots. Very fancy, my dude. Very fancy. Alright. I rescind my surprisedness.
As duty waits.
Oh, come on. Come on. What's killing my demonettes? What's killing them? Ah, there you go. The death globes. Figured it out. Warhammer 3 Jeopardy. Honestly, there's so many crazy factoids about the game. Hell, if you just went up to me and you're like, what does the Tower of the Cabal building do? Honestly, a lot of, I think YouTube viewers, if it was like pro player versus your average viewer, I think your average viewer would actually be pretty good, because as like a group, you guys are really good at just having that knowledge. Just having the absurd amount of knowledge needed to shenanigans your way across campaigns.
Pleasure seeker.
Interesting. So
Stalkers of the night.
no armies have arrived.
Moving out.
Skaven looking
Give
pretty bare
yourself
bones, I must say.
body and soul.
I'll get this regiment
Take
renown, why
your
not?
place in the Legion of
Not bad. I still worry that the Tomb Kings are gonna punch back very hard. Let's take a look. Yeah, look at this, right? So they're gonna start spilling in. This is my canary in the coal mine, though, before they hit my actual valuable settlements. And of course, we'll have a big old army coming in soon. Ah, you see? There's a rebellion there. I'm gonna see if the game brings up to me that rebellion is happening. Or if it's just gonna say, screw you, figure it out yourself. Also, can I recruit a Druchii Anointed? I can. Very nice. I really want them for troop replenishment. Oh yeah, I'm going to call this starting zone. I forgot they started around there. Okay, so if I skip this. Okay, it does say imminent rebellion. Alright, I've been getting worked up for nothing.
What is so much sweet?
Is that the only rebellion? I gotta say, at this point in the campaign, I really do not want to be putting down rebellions. There are many places to be. As soon as I'm done with the Skaven, though, the Tomb Kings will fall so fast. Like, this little pocket is so good to get. Let's see here. What I should do, too, I should definitely get more Druchii Anointed going. The replenishment is actually so important for the late game. I need it. I do not need any of these, that's for sure. +1 public order, are you kidding me? I don't need either of those. Plus money from sacking settlements for being a master poet. They're just writing poetry about your sacking of the settlement. And then I guess selling it. selling it on the Chaos Guard market. Who am I to judge? Okay, that should be enough money. So the thing is, though, I need the right building chain. Do I have that? Yeah, Juchi Anointed are gonna be quite far, aren't they? Surely somewhere. Oh boy, they're miles away. Okay, the closest one is here. So these ones give movement range, so they're also important. But I definitely want you. Slanesh has atrocious replenishment. It's very important that we get this going. Nakari is pretty well stacked, but even they don't have... Is this max out replenishment? I don't know if it is. I probably don't need a Juchi Anointed for Nakari, though. Ooh, can I? No, not quite yet. Hey, this campaign's going, though. Who's the best domination player right now? It's between myself, Chosen, Zarix, and Danican. I think it's a little bit of a toss-up. We are all taking games off of each other on the reg. So I can't really say. Kind of wonder how this fight plays out. No, I have too much cheap infantry. I'll be happy with just injuring their army. But yeah, we all take games off of each other, and no one is really in like a fully dominant position right now. And it's kind of like a rock paper scissors too. Like I think Danican is more comfortable versus Chosen than I am. But like Zarix can do pretty well versus Danican, and I can do pretty well versus Zarix. But we all, like, you know, it's all like quite close. Generally speaking, though, the person who's in the best form, I would say, is Zarix. In terms of overall consistency and skill as a player, I think they're probably the best right now. The only reason I am okay facing them is because they're so high tier that I'm actually used to facing them. So I see them on the reg, and someone that I have faced many times is much less stressful than someone like Chosen, who may just whip out something crazy, or Danican, who learns at such an extreme speed. I might not actually be prepared for him. Kind of wonder, do I finish off the Skaven, or do I leave these settlements here? If I leave them here, they stay at war. Oh, they're not at war with the Tomb Kings. My bad. So I'm the one that's gonna have to kill them off? I think I give them these settlements. They're ruins anyways. Like, I've already sacked them. And this way I can actually get some proper territory with Nakari. Glorious replenishment. We need that.
Courtesan of the pleasure god.
All right. She said spawn are good, man. I'm a Dangler. I'm believing you, okay? But I'm just saying these spawn better actually be good. You learned today that you learned that ranged garrison attacks, the Kala and Katarin mechanic, have inbuilt lightning strike, which kind of feels weird and slightly BS. I think that's definitely really strong, but generally speaking, I don't respect garrisons too much most of the time. It is weird they have lightning strike. I bet you it's because of an in-game limitation that makes it harder to code, and they just couldn't be bothered. If I had to guess, all right. You know, maybe I'm totally wrong. CA, if you ever want to correct me, I'd be happy to be corrected.
Death Knight is upon us.
But Yeah, that is definitely quite weird. Funniest part is that admins with like 5 levels can legit get settlements that can attack other settlements. Wait, what? Wait, yo, that's hilarious. Oh my goodness.
Decadence calls.
You know what? That would be a pretty fun way to play Warhammer. Can I beat Warhammer 3 without armies? And it's just like the settlement garrisons just running around conquering the world for you. I guess water would be the main issue, right? How do you get across the oceans? And yeah, some settlements are going to be too far. Of course, there is a bit of that too. Okay, I do not need to be notified of building upgrades. That is probably one of the most common things ever. It's mainly in the Kista region. Ah, okay. Cult upgrade. Okay, I do not need to know that cult upgrades are available. Double check. Definitely want to help that public order earlier before it becomes a problem. Okay, not bad. Can I win Warhammer 3 while letting the AI decide what I build? That would make life easier. Astenkia likes me because we're killing the Gash and the Skaven. That solves a lot of issues, actually. That solves a rather stupendous number of issues I gotta deal with. Yo, I think I should teleport Nakari to the top left of the map when I have a cult there. We teleport Nakari there, and then just like collapse into the middle of the map with both armies. Have you played Berserk? I have played Berserk. I think Berserk is very strong, but they're not quite on the same level of scariness as like Zarix, Daniken, and Chosen. I believe in a tournament too, Chosen surpassed Berserk. But honestly, even if Berserk is, let's say Berserk is very strong, they don't play super often. So it is a little harder to say, but just based off of like rough tournament results, I think I see Chosen. They generally get more work done. He's a monster in the conquest scene. Oh yeah, that for sure I can be quite positive of.
Most privileged.
Conquest, you know, it is very micro intensive, and Berserk is a very high level micro player.
Cultist.
Though, have there been a lot of conquest tournaments lately? I like always have a hard time actually seeing them.
The only death I fear is the death of sensation.
They're not as common as domination tournaments, right? I don't know. Like, I know Human Boy hosts tournaments, but I feel like either I'm just like not looking at the right discords, or they're just not very common. But like, really, I just don't see them. I don't see them, and even though I want to play them, I can't if they don't show up. Imminent rebellion, easily fixed.
Quarry is so much sweeter.
What should I build here, by the way? Is there anything good? I guess I should fix the public order situation. It keeps dipping down, and I keep having to spam that ability. They do host. How often though? Is it at a good pace? Because I would love to know if I'm missing tournaments. I think it would be fun for me to go back into Conquest and just start like wrecking face. Because like I came from Conquest, you know, I wasn't a even though I am domination exclusive now, I know what I'm doing. And I feel like if I did dip back in, I think I could put up a pretty good fight.
You'll never know the sequel.
Maybe this is like, you know, local Maine thinks he can beat a wolf or beat up a bear in hand-to-hand combat. But I feel like I got the strats. I'll just bring back the Warhammer 2 meta. Easy peasy. How do you enable fast animations in the campaign map? So if I just switch to this, if you go to the top left, if you go to the top left here, click this camera icon, it brings up this. Just set all of it to off and fastest, and that way it will be as fast as possible. It's great. They're on weekends mostly. Yeah, lately I have been quite busy on weekends. What was that? It said something, pay the piper. All right.
Depravity call.
Yo, this is pretty nice though. I'm seeing like almost no Skaven armies, man. Faction got annihilated. Does anyone know if the AI still has that thing where they can only recruit one army at a time? I don't even know if this is like a myth or not. Can I could recruit an army here. I have the money.
Me imbibe your essence.
But yeah, anybody know if that's been fixed? Way back there was a little bit of an issue with the AI that would make them super easy to beat, and yeah, it would just be they straight up just only recruit one army at a time, like one legendary lord at a time. It's kind of garbage.
Killing will be all
What do we got? Champions of Slaanesh. Ooh, that's nice. I would love to get them, but I kind of need an emergency army right now. So we're settling for a little bit less. Let's go for 2-turn recruit global spawn. You know what? I'm all in on spawn, all right?
She-herald.
We're investing completely and utterly into them. Unfortunately, this Tomb King's army is getting in pretty close to my settlements. I'm gonna have to cancel the construction because they will beat me to the punch. But I will have an army nearby to counterpunch them soon enough. It's a little sketchy though.
I am close, but not ready.
I shall rest in darkness.
Quite an interesting campaign. Things are ramping up. It's crazy how much territory I've been able to hold with just two to three armies though. Okay, yeah, we really gotta up that public order. This one is looking good. This one's looking very good. Income is through the roof. You'll love to see it, but it's actually not. It's too stable. Yeah, control needs to be below -40. Why is it so stable? Slaanesh corruption 10, buildings 4. Collected income -4. Level of control. Okay, so there's some weird stuff you can do. Like this costs control, and it gives research rate and income from buildings. So I could just do this.
Regulation is intoxicating.
Now it's still too high. So I could get rid of this building. I lose some proliferate cults cost reduction, but that's okay. How dare people be happy? You know, a meme normally, but when you're playing Slaanesh, it only half makes sense. You'd think that public order, I don't know. How would Slaanesh feel about public order in general? I guess it's like too content, right? Like I think public order is way too tied into just general contentedness. And obviously you want them going almost crazy, you know? I think you could rationalize it. Let's improve this public order though. Still -5, but I'm sure it'll be okay. What do I need? 1,300. We're breaking the piggy bank again. If you ever need just a little bit of cash, selling a couple of your banners or ancillaries, what have you, very good. You don't know how AI recruitment works in the background, but from what you've seen the past couple days, been vassalizing some nerds. All right. You can see their global recruit pool. You can see the global recruit pool. Oh yeah, based on how much they're actually, yeah, getting. The legendary AI gets to recruit higher tech units from global pool before even building the building chain. Whoa. I do remember CA putting out an explanation of sorts, saying that they buffed the AI global recruitment pool. So there's definitely something going on. Jesus, counterpunch though. They're kind of roughing me up, aren't they? Are you actually in pleasure if life/society is content? I think if you think about it, the answer should be yes, but in the Warhammer world, absolutely not. Borrow allied armies and then sell their characters' gear. What a troll. I don't need to play this battle. We've been here a million times before. Province secured, hell yeah. So this is good. We actually can let the settlements go into rebellion. Income from all buildings 5%. Oh, if I optimized all my buildings, that could set me up with a whack load of cash. And we are about to take over this section. We are also about to counterpunch the Tomb Kings, which I like very much. What is this? Dyes. Hell yeah, paint. So finally, we're closing the gap here. I don't think there's any Skaven armies nearby, and then I just push into the Tomb Kings lanes. It's a very nice way to conquer Cathay. Just gotta make sure they don't get into this area. But what I might do actually is just get another army over here. I'm definitely at the point where I should be breaking the piggy bank for armies. I should definitely just be spamming armies to kind of buffer the area. The Dark Elves have done a good job stopping any invasions on this front. And hello, Tomb Kings. It is time for vengeance. And I will get to see if the spawn cook or not. On the off chance that they do not cook, I have a stolen Cambrian War Sphinx, or maybe even better, some Hex Wraiths. The spawn should be able to pin down the War Sphinx, right? Shouldn't be a problem. Hex Wraiths are pretty high. Alternatively, we take the chariots, but there's like no infantry, so I think Hex Wraiths are the way to go. And then we fight it. Let's see how this goes. The Kala launch run vibes. Killing like 15,000 Skaven slaves in one turn. Yeah. Honestly, Skaven are a very fun faction to bully in campaign. I like it. And the battle is now. Okay, so obviously we're gonna wait for the spawn first. I believe if I do not wait for the spawn, this army just deletes me. Time for spawn. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little skeptical about the spawn. I feel like there's a chance they just absolutely suck here. I know they have animations that knock units down very hard, though. So, like, if someone runs into spawn and they actually get that impact hit in, they will crush it. The question is that enough? The unit has okay stats. You compare them to like the war sphinxes. You Shopti. It's enough to land a couple hits, but they're not optimal there. They do have soporific musk though. The muskiness, it does reduce stats by -5/-5. That's always very good. And it's gonna help basically everyone land hits here. It's just, is it enough? Is it enough? The greatest question of our time. I guess we'll see. I have a lot of chariots. I have a lot of mass. I'm going to use that on the flanks. Unbreakable is certainly very good on legendary difficulty. And it is time. It is time. Get in there, boys. Beat them up. I really hope they don't suck. I spent a lot of turns getting spawn, man. They spent a lot of turns and a lot of money. And if they're bad here, that would be very, very rough indeed. This is perfect though, right? There's yeah, it's just so many units that I can pin down here that would otherwise be able to run through my troops. So I'm just gonna run on in. See my little mobile squad here. They can start hunting down Ushopti. Yeah, the spawn are holding up the mass pretty well too. Look at that. They're just stopping everything from moving. That's kind of hype. Let's take a look at the stats in melee now. Yeah, that's about spawn level. Some Necropolis Knights do manage to still slip through though. Unfortunate. And not bad though. Now, is it better than Fiends? Maybe slightly less effective generally, but they're cheaper. And if they do the same job for a cheaper price, that's just good, right? I think the Dangler might be onto something, boys. It seems like they may be correct. The spawn are holding up pretty well. Not too many losses on them, unlike Fiends. You know what? Not bad out of 10. They're not holding up the War Sphinx super well, though, but maybe if I give an attack command. Maybe if I do that, they will. I will say the fights are long and arduous. A little bit of a grind. Let's take a look. Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. Some of them haven't even lost entities. Nifty, I say. Very nifty. Oh, jeez. They're not pinning down the Necropolis Knights, though. That is taking a little longer than I would hope for. And the Necropolis Knights over here are barely taking any damage because they don't have armor piercing, unlike my... Yeah. They don't have that much armor piercing like Fiends. It's good, though. I'll take it. Time to rush the horrible regeneration tech. Oh, yeah, they do have the regen. That's why they're doing so well. I already have regen on them. Ah. Yeah, okay. So we're specking for the grind then. That's nifty. Did take some pretty hard losses on the free army, but the main army, 1/3 losses is okay. And that's a full army wipe. Yeah, you know what? Worth. Absolutely worth. We're gonna keep up that action.
Most privileged of
I definitely want to equip some ancillaries then, now that this army has proven itself capable of actually getting the job done, absolutely, you deserve some sick banners. Nifty, nifty.
Such wondrous suffering this will bring.
And we even have replenishment. Some real replenishment for once. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Lord of Slanesh.
Okay, I just need to survive these next few waves then. But we did stall the Tomb King's front.
Be anointed.
We did stall them out. Keep running, Anointed. Just keep running. I almost want to get another army up, actually. But do I need it? I think I already have enough to clear this out. I probably don't need an extra army. I will probably clean up these Dark Elves here, though. As good as they have been, I'd rather not have, like, them accidentally declare war on me somewhere down the line. Let's see here.
Lord of Slanesh.
Yeah, I'll have to feel it out. So this place we wanted to rebel. What is this? Ooh, I can make this another recruitment point, maybe? Is it a good recruitment point? I guess we can set sail. That's pretty cool. Although this top area is kind of good enough. What is this? Yeah, I already have local recruitment upgrades here. Yeah, let's not get too many recruitment points. That can get messy pretty fast. What's this? Yes, Grand Cathay, the faction that is totally here. Lord Recruit rank is nice. Faction-wide infantry damage is actually absurd. I would very much like me some of that in the future. Alright, first things first, we gotta spend our great amounts of money.
Decadence calls.
Name it, and it
I feel like I
shall
have so few armies. It'd be kind of cool if in Warhammer you could have more armies running around. I don't know if that's a good idea or not, but I do think it would be cool. Ah, okay, and there's a fun thing I can do. Anywhere that has high public order, I can switch it into this to get minus public order and more money. In fact, I might even start doing that in a couple of these places. As soon as the public order situation stabilizes first. Right now, it's still kind of jank. Just a wee bit jank, and we got Icky. Little grain of greenskin tribe, alright. Totally fine by me.
Together we can bring.
No, thank you. I need to backstab you later. Supply lines feel a bit railroady the more area you're occupying. Yeah. That'd be cool, though. You know, if you could actually get... So, like, let's say no supply lines, and the late game is actually you have, like, 420 stacks running into 420 stacks on the reg. And it's just like a constant, like, you know, you just have like a whole border of armies just constantly there. I think the number of battles that you'd be fighting starts getting a little excessive at that point. I don't know if that's good. But yeah, that could be pretty cool. At least something to maybe imagine in the mind's eye. But yeah, it'd probably be too many battles, right? You'd be stuck playing one turn for like 50 years. Either that or the auto-resolve needs work. I literally cannot catch these guys. Oh, maybe I can if they're a little slow on the retreat. Yeah, there we go. Caught me some Sepulchral Stalkers. Obviously, they're shooting me up pretty hard, but not a big deal. I'm just gonna sacrifice these dudes. We're building up for the spawn to arrive. The spawn are where it's at. And they do super well in the grind because yes, they do have horrible regeneration. That is 0.1%. So if I just kind of like just blob up over here, aside from the artillery raining on me, I believe this is great. When it comes to regenerating, it is always better to blob. In multiplayer, you would never do this. Blobbing is a huge downside in multiplayer. And the fights don't last nearly as long. So you end up just super down trading. But in single player, the AI is not really going to flank you or anything. And you get to make use of that sick healing. It's actually insane. Yeah, dude, they just don't die. Oh my gosh. I can't believe. Okay, now I can believe danglers, right? The guy knows what he's talking about. But yeah, it's just crushing it. The power of spawn. Which is not a unit I would usually use. Slanesh is a slow faction. Or no, what am I talking about? Slanesh is a fast faction. But when they are the slowest, you gotta go with the slow faction strats. Because look, I'm struggling to catch Izu Shopti. You just have to outlast the enemy. If they ever die, they get resurrected anyways. Horrible. Oh yeah, it does resurrect. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Yeah. I think I saw Spawn come back. Massive value. Well, that takes care of the Tomb Kings then. Northern Front looking pretty good. And we still don't have to fight Mother Estankia because we are fighting her enemies. Amazing. Have any advice on how to do recruitment for vampire counts in the late game? I find that without global recruitment, it gets dicey as my empire expands in all directions and I only have a few graveyards. I would say just make very good use of the raise dead mechanic. If you want to go for a more cheesy approach, it's not that cheesy. You're just making use of the resources you have at hand, but just making hero stacks. Like an army of even like 8 vampire heroes with good spell casting. These solo armies, man. Give them some good equipment. It's completely over. Also, by the way, someone mentioned Keeper of Secrets. Surprise! We got one. And they have some pretty good abilities. Perfect Vigor. Feasting on Fear for Fiends. Oh my gosh, we're going back to Fiends, guys. What is this? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Holy. All right. Yeah. They super buffed Keeper of Secrets, by the way. Wait, you can just make hero stacks with them. That's OP. Okay, well, I think in this case, I like the ward save. Just have an indestructible keeper. And I might just go for the fiend stack on the keeper eventually. Feasting on Fear is insane. That's 0.04 for routing units. That is very good. Murderous Charge too. And melee attack so they can actually fight. Perfect Vigor is also amazing though. I guess it's good generally. If I'm experimenting with armies, you know, I'll go for this one. Perfect Vigor is just too good to pass up most of the time. Stonks. For the spawn doubling their value. I love it. Yeah, I should get more Exalted Keeper of Secrets. I have clearly been misplaying. Alright, you're a scout now. But yeah, with vampire counts, you can use hero recruitment to kind of buffer your recruitment for elite stuff. And honestly, if you just really lean into the Dead Rise Again mechanic, I feel like it's enough. Look at that extra movement. Hell yeah. But yeah, just go really hard on the Dead Rise Again. Yes, you're going to be spamming a lot of cheap zombies and such, but your elite units will carry enough Just because the AI is not
Give
making
yourself to
strong
Slanesh,
enough armies.
body and soul.
Like even in the hyper late game, as long as you have a few heavy hitters, you're probably fine. You can also use multiple armies
Slaves
to spam
your
chaff.
gifts.
I think there's options. Yeah, murderous charge pleasure seekers. If I could recruit them properly, it would be great. Look at these Skaven. Coming at me. I got spawn in here. Am I indestructible with these spawn, or am I gonna get shot up? This is a lot of doom wheels. I kind of want to see how this plays out.
Leisure now.
I kind of want to see how this plays out, actually. Yeah, let's do it. Spawn doubter silence. Let's see, what else would I want for Vampire Count's late game? Like, yeah, no global recruitment's a little rough. You can also just use good local recruitment. So if you get like one settlement really built up, closest to the front lines, maybe close to some sea lanes, and you just recruit 20 stacks from there, it's not the end of the world. And if I remember correctly, Vampire Counts have pretty decent local recruitment buffs too, right? And if your doom stacks don't die, it's not a big problem if they have to take a little bit of time to get to the front lines. Like even me right now, I'm not making use of my global recruitment very much. And just having the one settlement is enough to get everything that I need. Can I just ignore these guys? Spawn regenerate. It don't matter very much. Okay, so let's just do this. Let's get the attack in. And I need to kill Skrulk. Let's get that debuff though. So the guns are gonna look a little scary, but they don't do that much damage, I don't think. Maybe to my lord though. Oh man, they're posting up. They really want to kill him. Alright, never mind. Guns are scary. This demon has learned that bullets are bad. And wow, my demonettes are sucking here. Alright, alright. This is going to be a little nastier than I thought it would be. I should have sent the doom. I should have chucked the doom wheel in there first to disrupt their ranged. We'll see though. I think the spawn might actually still crush it. Even though the demonettes suck. The spawn are amazing. Are they amazing enough though? Bro, this battle went bad. This battle went very bad. The poor demon prince. Though I must say the spawn are kind of cooking. How do you attack like different enemies in one click? So put them in a group, right? So like control and the number that you want them grouped on, and then click this little lock icon. It will maintain the formation, and also when they attack, they will attack, they'll auto acquire targets. It's a very nice little nifty thing you can do to save on micro when things are very intense like this. Okay, let's see if I can get this Doom Wheel going. Most of the mass is dead, so Doom Wheel should be able to just kill it. Get him, Doom Wheel. What if I speed amp it? Doom Wheel at 585 speed. Looking okay. I will say the damage I've done to their lines is pretty good. I still have a few pockets of spawn left. I have like 3 healthy spawn. But yeah, Skaven, well actually I think my demonettes, it's where my demonettes are starting to fall off, man. Demonettes are having a rough time. Plague Claw Catapult I can worry about later. I could chuck the Doom Wheel on it, but I think that's not very necessary. Ooh, this guy though. Oh my gosh. What level is Skrull? Skrull's pretty decked out. Brutal. Yeah, Keeper of Secrets are where it's at, man. Dude, these demon princes. Big garbage. Big garbage. Spawn. Awesome. Spawn amazing. You can see when they drop down to 1 entity 2, that's when their healing is at its best. Well, it's okay. Technically the healing doesn't get better as they lose entities. The healing is the same flat amount constantly, but the damage they take is significantly reduced. And that makes them quite good. Man, my demonettes though, I think the poison wind mortars just deleted them. No, it wasn't that. What killed them? I don't know. Was it the plague claw catapult reducing their leadership? I do know demon leadership is really rough, and any reductions can make them take a lot of damage. Whatever. I'll accept the big losses. And I can start speccing into more of these ladies. Get more exalteds going. Oh, geez. That's a Tomb King's army. That's not good. Okay, so how do I save this situation? I could beeline Nakari there. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Nakari is good at sprinting. And hopefully they go for Nakari's army instead of the settlement. Thus saving it from being demoted in level. Plague spell from Squolk. Oh, I see. I must say, I was kind of just autopiloting it. I did not expect them to be such a menace. In case they do hold, I can spam some champions and see how well they do. And this character is almost here. They're almost here to help. One last Skaven settlement. The Skaven are actually down to 3 settlements. We've brutalized them quite hard. But the battle continues. Okay, now how's public order doing? Imminent rebellion? Again? Oh no, this is a different place. Okay, that's okay. We got the replenishment going. Tenuous position. But as long as I win my next few battles, I'll be okay. I definitely need to kill Skrolk, because they're just gonna keep spamming armies my way until we finish the job. And okay, there we go. So they do attack Nakari quite recklessly. This is good. This is very good. I am in March stance, but Nakari is leagues better than the other army. And that's just because Nakari is insane. Plus everything here is injured. I just have to be a little bit more careful about the demonettes. Not being able to seduce units is a little different too. Demon Prince of Slaanesh desperately needs a buff. Yeah, for sure. I think CA actually just hate Demon Princes. Aside from maybe Be'lakor. What's the consensus on Be'lakor? I haven't played as them in so long. Do they have the love from the community or what? Because I think they're the only Demon Prince I can think of that might you know, that might not be hated by the community, maybe. Alright, here comes Skrolk. But I got buffs. Buffs and debuffs into the horizon. He may be legendary Skrolk, but he still has 0 melee defense. And Nakari is also very fast. Hopefully we can land a couple of hits. The rough thing about debuffs is that they don't last very long. So you only get like 4 attacks in at most for the debuff spells. And because units will get knocked down on the floor and such, you actually don't land a lot of hits. So you can see Skrolk, despite being debuffed, they actually didn't even take a hit. And that's because of knockdown animations and the like kind of screwing with me. It's okay though, Nakari can still kill them the old-fashioned way. Skulk only has 40 melee defense to my nearly 80 melee attack. So I essentially have a 100% chance to hit. If I can catch the guy, he's running away from the car like no one's business. I guess I would too. But you're getting caught, man. Ain't no escape. The car is gonna get ya. Or at least make you route. Yeah, Be'lakor is pretty good. Okay, I just gotta land the hit before he routes. Yes! It's like the second time ever that Nakari's actually killed a lord. Glorious! Yeah, Nakari's army is leagues better than the Demon Prince army. Because you actually have just a mega beat stick over here. Though the Doom Flayers and such will be a separate issue. I guess the battle is not over quite yet. Look at that, we are losing some demonettes. What a shame. We are on loss mitigation now. The battle is won, but the enemies can still get a big walloping on my poor demons. Maybe if I kill all the lords in single entities. Doom Flayers are getting bogged down, thankfully. I mean Doom Wheels, so that's not a big deal. And then the Poison Wind Mortar isn't doing too much. I'm just hoping, you know, honestly, I'm hoping it friendly fires more than anything else. I guess if I just de-blob my infantry, will be okay. Of course, Steer Car is given his mega debuff. Sign of Depravity. Reduces their speed to 180. Which is still basically max. I guess Steer Car's speed debuff really doesn't do much, does it? I guess maybe I'm a little too optimistic about it actually doing something. Couple Giselles. Not too bad. Nakari having a hard time catching anything. It's so sad, the poor guy. Alright, new plan. Kill the Censer Bearers. Kill the Plague Monks. Yeah, there's the army losses. Not bad. Nakari's far from indestructible, but they certainly can still do great. And remember, this was in March States. March Saints Nakari still holding up very well. I did lose a Fiend though. Should have been Spawn. Should have been Spawn. What do you think about Wood Elves in multiplayer with the mod? I actually haven't faced Wood Elves yet with this mod. I think the random start positions actually is really bad for them because they can't. They don't have any trees to level up. But if I did end up facing them, it would be bad if I couldn't seduce units. Because I can seduce units, and the AI is generally pretty bad at managing their armies. I'd probably still be able to catch them in melee, much like a lot of the other factions. But it would be a little jankier. I don't think they would be that much more annoying than what I've been facing, though, right? Like, 500 Spiru Shopti might as well be Weight Watchers. And you know what? I'm going to make my life a little easier by seducing these Hex Rates. Wood Elves in multiplayer, though, if you're a multiplayer enjoyer, Wood Elves are great. They're like just barely not strong enough to be a hated multiplayer faction. It's always that tipping point. But yeah, I think they're just in the safe zone. Right now, Norska's a little too far gone. Slanesh is obviously too far gone. I do think Wood Elves are stronger than Vampire Counts, personally. It's a crazy idea, but like, Vampire Counts have some pretty rough counters. But Wood Elves are just like generally good. You can just spam Glade Guard all the time. But people don't hate them as much because the playstyle isn't as oppressive. Generally speaking, actually, generalist factions that are kind of good into everyone are less hated. Because they still have like weaknesses, right? You know, you have some counterplay no matter what you're doing. But with vampire counts, there's matchups that are literally just unwinnable if your opponent plays it properly. Like, there's not even a chance you can win. Like, vampire counts versus Kislev, if they know what they're doing, it's just no shot. So yeah, that's probably why Norska isn't as hated as it could be, because they do actually have a decent amount of things holding them back. You know, like, they're not a ranged faction, they're very melee. People know how to kill them. So you can see this is what would happen with wood elves. They would just kind of keep going back. I guess the move and shoot is very helpful though. But like, you can still catch units. Dwarves counter vampire counts. I wish. Maybe in land battle, but or conquest, but in domination, I would say probably not. In domination, it is yeah, it's a little rough. In campaign though, I can see dwarves doing well. I can see everyone doing well in campaign though. Oh my gosh, she's shocked. Yeah, I'm never gonna catch them, but I can keep chasing them with infantry until they just so they don't shoot, and then army losses will kill them. That's a real strategy. Look at them go. Oh, I forgot this person. Whoops. So that's our 40th battle plate this campaign. Dang. What's the worst matchup in the game? I think it's probably gonna be vampire counts versus someone. Is there worse though? Like you know, Slanesh versus Nurgle is pretty bad. I've had the pleasure of playing as Nurgle against someone who's basically a new player. Maybe not like a new player, but at least fairly fresh in the tournament scene. And I still lost. There's a lot of matchups where I can abuse the fact that someone is newer to the game and like tease out misplays and wreck them that way. I don't think I have felt so incapable of doing that in the Nurgle versus Slanesh matchup. It's very bad. Skaven versus Skaven feels pretty bad, yeah. I see we got a Turin fan. Guy hates mirror matchups with a vengeance. At least one that aligns with Turin. Dwarves counter everything in campaign. Yeah, their economy is crazy. Ooh, disciple army. Well, don't mind if I do. Just chuck them at the enemy and see that they are actually pretty bad. Hell yeah, Pyrrhic victory, I'll take it. I don't want to have to fight through these battles. We already know Nakar can win. Hell yeah. And we'll just march him over here. Okay. Hopefully this jungle doesn't have like a massive Skaven army. I really want to get my armies, you know, going and doing things. Mountain Pass looking pretty good. It looked like it needed a little bit of public order help, so I'll set that up. And I just need to clear out like this middle zone. I think it's time Nakari goes back into this territory to claim what is rightfully theirs. And this guy's just chilling. Honestly, this army's pretty garbage. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with it. I just happen to have a lot of cash right now, but yeah, not exactly great there. This is awkward. What if I... Dang it. I could almost take the settlement. That's not worth my time, though. I shouldn't. I shouldn't be wasting my time. I have a whole 20 stack here, rearing and ready to go.
The glorious of Senate.
Okay, nice.
Slaves to die.
Tomb Kings. Looking pretty rough. I could make another army, but I like the idea of continuously recruiting. Or continuously building up my building chains. Public order is kind of shoddy here. It's all about that perfect balance. That's totally what Slaanesh is about. I think that's why this feels weird. Working on my building chains. It feels like I'm balancing harmony. That's not right. You should not feel like you are doing harmony mechanics as Slaanesh. Let's take a look. Yeah, okay, we can up that a bit. You even need to micro your economy. I'm feeling it. Honestly, it's kind of funny. When I play multiplayer, I don't get any wrist pain or anything. When I play campaign, I do get wrist pain. Even when it's like not super long sessions, I'll make sure to do some stretches. It's probably because it's like all these mechanics, right? I'm basically trying to micromanage my economy as efficiently as possible. And it straight up requires a lot more clicks. Hey, attack speed enjoyer, what's up? But yeah, I swear it's I swear multiplayer is way more chill. It's same when I play Factoria. I guess I don't know how to play casually. Seduction budget, hell yeah. Competitive is like 10 minutes, then chill. The way I play, it's 5 minutes, win or lose. Yeah, that's how it be. All right, this is good though. We almost have all of Cathay. The pink tide continues. And our cults are not quite everywhere yet. We actually have not. We don't have many cults here. We don't have many cults here. But I think Ulthuan will be a pretty easy takeover. You know, I could also... I can teleport Nakari out of the region. And because Mother Astankia doesn't hate me yet... Like, I don't need to go to war with Mother Astankia just yet. And that'll let me have fun romping around. Let's take a look. I have 2 cults here. Nakari in the top left is very hype. Like, I can just plow my way through all of this. And what's the AI gonna do, right? I guess attacks from C are a little problematic. I'd probably be better off pushing into here instead. Hard to manage these late game campaigns. Attack Speed Enjoyer had a great tournament win recently. Oh, congratulations, Attack Speed. How was it? What'd they do? Were they playing Wood Elves? I do know they do enjoy some Wood Elf action. Honestly, I must say, it was always very fun to have some good Warhammer multiplayer games. Multiplayer matches going down. Outcome was expected. Okay, so great tournament win, not a great tournament like finals. Is that what it is? Did you just dumpster them? Crush them with your attack speed? Couldn't make it work with Betonia the time before. Betonia is always a tricksy faction. I feel like they're I don't know, man.
Pleasure seeker.
Every time I play Betonia, I don't feel like I don't feel like I get to power trip when I play Betonia.
Exquisite decadent.
Anyone else get that?
Name it.
It feels like a worse Slanesh when I play him. It feels like Slanesh without infantry. I don't know, man. But I know they're good. Like, I've seen Zarks just completely crush it with Betonia. I know they can cook. But the recipe is lost on me.
Mistress of the young.
Oh, this is gonna be a huge collapse on the Tomb Kings, by the way. Ain't no way they surviving this. Ogres, okay. Ogres versus this stack. We'll see how that goes.
Most
This one over here, we have some good old champions. You can see how expensive they are, though. They really ate away at my economy. I don't know if I like that.
Can they still please me?
I don't even like the demonettes much anymore. I don't think they're perfect. I don't think the demonettes are good. I might just buffer this army with chaff, use them to clean up a few settlements, and then disband it in a bit.
Let loose the wind.
Oh, this decreases public order. No wonder. This whole time. I was wondering where the minus public order penalties were coming from.
Gray and empty.
But that makes a lot of sense. Okay. I can't do a pleasure hunt here. That's not good. That's not good. Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out our harmony mechanics, guys.
What is so much sweeter?
My settlement balancing act is a little janky, but hey, it means I get more income. Would Forsaken be good for their mass? I think Forsaken would not be bad. Given the speed, though, it's actually, there's a tipping point. So the way it works is like, you either, like, the units run into each other, the calculation is made, and then the game decides if your guys get knocked down or not. The speed is so high, I think the mass of the Forsaken would not be enough to save them. Unfortunately. Okay, kind of a weird position to be in. At least public order is not down the drain just yet. I could also just get an army recruited here for next turn. I guess that's not bad. I think I'll do that. No rebellions is good. The management. I'll need to get these settlements managed properly. Oh, thank goodness. I'll need to get the settlements managed properly before we go for our great expedition and expansion. Hopefully there's like a Slanesh skill tree or something too that gets me public order bonuses. They're the best auto resolve faction in your experience. Who? Betonia? I meant Betonia in multiplayer. Do you think there'll be tournaments and competitive when 40k comes out? 10,000%. The biggest multiplayer channel for Warhammer Total War is Turin.
Feasters of
And Turin has been talking like, you know, non-stop about wanting to do 40k content. It is absolutely guaranteed that he will be hosting a million tournaments when the game comes out.
such decadent.
And I look forward to it. I will absolutely, definitely be playing in those.
Be anointed.
In fact, it's probably going to be the main thing that I do.
No, I do not want to.
The only thing that would stop me is if, like, you know, I think,
Talor.
I don't know, like, full abandoning the... Full abandoning,
Resistance is such a vulgar notion.
like, Warhammer fantasy feels weird, though, right? I could just play both. There's nothing wrong with just playing both. But
I see.
yeah, I'll have to
I bring the
I'll have to
gift
feel
of
it out.
darkness.
If it doesn't do well, let's say 40k is garbage, then yeah, we're gonna play more fantasy. Unfortunately, because at the end of the day, I do have to run a business. I do have to do whatever works rather than what I would want to do. But yeah, we'll probably leave it at that. At the very least, what works tends to be what people want to watch, so it's not the end of the world.
The kill.
But yeah, I do remember when Warhammer 3 launched and we only had access to 3 factions. Some people were legitimately contemplating just going back to Warhammer 2.
Pleasure without
But even with Warhammer 2 obviously being the superior product. Talking like that, was it McDonald's CEO? That was very funny. But yeah, even with that being the case,
relish this carnage.
oh man, I'm gonna have to try and win this, aren't I? Okay, let's fight the battle and hope for the best. But yeah, even with Warhammer 2 having way more factions, good balance and all that, people did not really flock back to the old game. I think it would only happen if CA like decide to support both, you know, if they support if they support both Warhammer Fantasy and 40k multiplayer scenes, then maybe there's a world where we can enjoy both.
Sweet butchery awaits us. My perfect flesh.
You know what Legend does now? I haven't been keeping up, so no idea.
Of course.
I think weren't there some strategy games that he was looking at? I think he said he was gonna do it on another channel though.
There. Yes. Yes. Move with grace. A flurry of talent.
You're interested in most 40k factions, so you might hop into competitive 40k. If you know, if the rumors are correct, and it's not a rumor, my bad. If the crackpot theories are correct, then 40k will have dedicated servers because they'll have dedicated servers because they're releasing it on consoles. Ooh, look at this dive in. Ooh, that's a good one. Now, a lot of people will say that's just hard copium. And to an extent, I agree. But if they do have dedicated servers, it would be the best multiplayer Total War game in the history of Total War. Just having dedicated servers. The balance could be awful, okay? But that doesn't matter. Because the community can make rules to balance the game. They can't set up their own dedicated servers. So, like, it would truly be revolutionary. And I know Turin's been pushing for dedicated servers for 50 years at this point, okay? Since, like, Warhammer 1, the guys wanted dedicated servers. So, I don't know. Total War on console sounds terrible. Apparently, they've had other games on console before, and it's not actually too bad.
Move with grace.
Because it's
Torture sweet.
you know, as far as I understand,
With grace.
it'll be first and foremost a PC game. Now, if it's just a console like port, you know, or like if it's just like, you know, set up for mobile or whatever, and there's like no buttons and the armies are super small, obviously that's really bad. But like, there's no way, right? There's no way they would just set it up as a console game. That would be the biggest throw in the history of throws. Like, they have bad launches, but generally speaking, the people at Creative Assembly have shown themselves to be fairly ambitious with their products and titles, with their games, right? So, under the assumption that they want to be fairly ambitious for 40k, and it seems like they want to be quite ambitious with it, off of the one trailer. I know. Then maybe there's hope. All right, maybe there's hope. Also, this lady's gonna die to clan rat spam. Are you kidding me? No, live. Oh no, not the clan rats. I can't believe she actually died to the menace below. Truly a menace. Usually they do that to artillery, but I guess my lord couldn't handle it. Do you guys not have phones, Blizzard, before they threw out their Diablo fan base? I know there's horror stories, all right? You don't have to remind me of the pain and suffering that we've already been through. There's always a chance that they completely throw it. There's always a chance. We just have to, I guess really the only thing we can do is wait and see. Hey, you know, worst case though, we still have Warhammer Fantasy, right? We have Warhammer Fantasy. We can always stick with that. I could see a world where CA does the same thing. I know. We can always see how we could be worse. I like to be optimistic though. Why not? Why not be a bit optimistic? It's not like I'm throwing in the dice or the chips or whatever. I'm not, you know, I do have a plan B. All right, if CA makes it terrible. There are many other franchises and such we can dive into. Attack speed saying the battle preview looked off to you. I think it was definitely different, right? It was definitely different. I know there was some discussion on like the unit sizes, like will you actually have big battles? Definitely a we'll see type situation. At least there's a bit of time. So a lot of people are saying, a lot of people think it's going to come like next year. Next year is the year of Warhammer, what's that?
So much sweeter now.
Of Warhammer 40k, right? If it's 1 year off, and you know, if we keep talking about it, maybe in a very public with what we like and what we don't like. I don't think that's gonna control it, honestly. Okay, here's my more realism standpoint. I think it's gonna be a roll of the dice, and you know what? Given that many of us come from tabletop, I think we can accept that. We're just gonna have a roll of the dice. All right.
Most privileged of Slanesh.
Like CA is like a goblin archer on tabletop, you know. If you have enough of them, if you have enough game releases, eventually someone's gonna roll a 6. And that's a hit. And then with even more releases, eventually you roll another 6, and that's a wound. And then we rejoice. Oh man.
Prince's Herald.
This is why I like indie games. That's why I like indie games, man. They know how to have a good launch. Anyone playing Slay the Spire 2 recently? Man, I played the game so much. The only thing I can complain about with Slay the Spire 2 is that it's not done yet, man. I just want the game to come out so that there's more Slay the Spire 2. Are we talking about 40k release date? Yeah.
Pleasure.
Thinking about where that is. Factorio? Oh my gosh. Factorio Space Age. Game launched. It was not a buggy mess. I had a blast. I still love the game. honestly, you know, if all the Total War games fall apart, my plan C is to go into the indie game content creation. No shot. That thing comes out this year. Well, yeah. 40K is definitely next year. Nagash is definitely this year, even with delays, right? I think that's what we can expect. You genuinely thought you had booted up Factorio when you were watching the latest video? Man, I threw that in purely just for the love of Factorio, man. They got some great music. The Warhammer music is great, atmospheric. I'm planning to use it for the next video, but Factorio hits different, man. Slay Spire 2 is great, yeah. Alright, but anyways, I am coming close to when I'll have to end my stream. So we're gonna pack it up very soon. This is a good day though. We got a nice little chunk of the map done. Nakari is an absolute beast. Just annihilating fools. I'll just auto-resolve this because I know I can win it. Nakari's army has proven strong enough to beat multiple Tomb King's stacks. And yeah, I think we'll pack it up here. This is good. I'm just slowly preparing my mass cult invasion, where we can just spawn disciple armies across the world and start spamming armies. I just need a couple provinces, or a good few provinces, and a massive amount of income. But the idea is that I can just have armies absolutely everywhere. They ravage the AI, and while they're recovering, I launch in with Nakari and secure the territory. But yeah, it was very nice to have you guys here. Very much appreciate people that are happy to just hang out in more of a chill stream, where we just you know, clean up some fools. It was good. Of course, very much appreciate all the supporters too. I updated this recently. If you are a Patreon supporter or a Fleet Admiral on the YouTube membership train, you get a shout out. So thank you very much to Benjo, Calculandia, Obese Chicken, Pisano the Duck, Naldor, John Brothers, who is new, Michael Phillip, Miss New Booty, and Clint. You guys actually keep the show going, man. So very much appreciated. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for a tournament. Peace.